Hello to you wherever you may be in the world, and I hope your week is progressing on well. Today's topic is on entrepreneurship, leadership, and affirmations. Why it pays off to affirm yourself as an entrepreneur and fabulous leader. What I'll be doing is going through just some examples, explain a little bit about what affirmations entails if you're not familiar with it, and then just also break down key examples about how to implement affirmations. An example just to give you specifics, so you want to stay through towards the end so that you can walk away with things that you can implement for yourself as well. So you might be wondering, why even consider implementing anything that is positively affirming something? Now is the best time more than ever to have that optimistic outlook, to embrace the things that have been barriers or obstacles or self-limiting beliefs that you wanted to overcome. Through crisis, there's always growth. And if we are connecting for the very first time, thanks for connecting with me. Remember to hit that subscribe button below so that you can be notified of like my live videos when they come up, and as well as any videos that I upload as well. So let me just start off with by giving you an example of what affirmations mean. And this is based off on Psychology Today. So let me just adjust my camera, not my camera, but my notes so that I can keep on track. Otherwise, I can get a little bit carried away. So in terms of Psychology Today magazine, affirmations and what it means. Affirmations are used to reprogram your subconscious mind to encourage you to believe certain things about yourself or about the world and your place within it. They are used to help you and I to create the reality that we want, often in terms of making or attracting things that are ideal for you. So it could be something in terms of wealth, happiness, improving well being, progressing on to things that you've always wanted to do but hadn't had the time to. And then some people focus on other things as well, aesthetics, which could be beauty as well. It is mainly about connecting with what resonates with you most and then affirming those type of things. When it comes to entrepreneurship and leadership, for some people, most people, I'll say, have fallen into leadership and entrepreneurship ventures as a result of some form of accident or a crisis. Okay, so case in example is for myself. I landed in leadership roles. I felt like I was like walking or sleepwalking, and then people who saw what I was doing would. Some of those people were managers and people I knew in workplaces who would say, "Have you seen that position? Apply for it." Mentally, I didn't think, oh, I could become a leader or a manager. And then another example in terms of entrepreneurship, it's something that I landed in, although I visualized becoming an entrepreneur and didn't know what it would transpire to be. I landed in it due out of being forced out of my comfort zone. Okay, so I wasn't ready to embrace the entrepreneurship, but illness, being unwell, forced me to then embrace that lifestyle. So this is where I'm saying that most people fall into leadership, management, or entrepreneurship ventures by accident, and then you may find yourself in that position as well. So if you found yourself in that position, and even more now, nowadays is more prevalent, where there's a lot of people who are wanting to become online entrepreneurs, don't really have the background of entrepreneurship skills or leadership skills, and find themselves in this situation where, for instance, you might be navigating online and feeling, oh my goodness, what is this world? It's overwhelming, it's scary, don't know where it's leading me to. Okay, so in terms of that leadership, when you come from a background where you don't have, you haven't been trained, you haven't adapted to leadership skills, and you haven't affirmed who you are as a person, you are likely to find certain challenges. So I'll just run through them for you as examples. So if for instance, if you'd been working in a 9 to 5, then all of a sudden you find yourself becoming like an entrepreneur and you're having to navigate through it. Some of the examples you might see yourself coming into when you progress on into leadership roles is, and you might also identify with this, or other people you've come across with, where you overcompensate in terms of your personality traits. Okay, so you want to fill in like a void where you lack certain skills. And some of the examples that come with not knowing everything, this is why you may overcompensate, is fear of people seeing through that you do not have the skills you talked about or who you are as a person. So this could be in a professional networking setting, or it could be you presenting something to people, even including like an interview. If you're progressing on into a leadership role, you may feel this sense of feeling potentially exposed as a fraud. For instance, for example, what will happen if you fail and people eventually find out, oh my, you actually can't do what you said you can do. And then fear of what people will think when they discover that you do not know everything. Okay, these are all natural feelings. So you will find that in those situations, people who haven't affirmed themselves or confirmed who they are from within, they overcompensate. And some of it may come out as unintended, and some of it may come out as intentional. So the ego might override certain things. Okay, ego in terms of the way you present yourself to other people. And some people may not really bow down well with it because they will see through the type of personality that you're presenting. Okay, so examples of how you may present yourself when you haven't fully affirmed yourself and who you are could be something like a person who presents as being overly confident and does not ask for help. Okay, because you're in a leadership position, management position, or an entrepreneurship position, and you want to be seen as somebody who knows it all. Okay, unintentionally and intentionally. Some people do it intentionally due to fear that, oh, because I'm in a leadership position, if I'm seen to not know everything, then it could be seen as though I am not doing my job very well, I'm not very skilled, so forth. Only that when you're presenting like that, there's something that is happening internally. You become nervous, overly anxious most of the time due to fear of being found out. Then you might also present, or others may see you as being somebody who's got a superiority complex. Okay, somebody who mistreats other people just in terms of not being closed up, not listening to other people's point of view. Again, that can happen due to fear, or it can also be just some people are like overly confident to the point that they don't want to show that they actually need help. You may also be envious of others who know more than you, to the point that you self-sabotage or you intentionally put obstacles between you and that person so that you continue to be seen in a good light by others in senior positions. So everything that I'm sharing with you may also resonate, especially if you've encountered this in workplaces. And it is also okay if you've gone through this journey yourself where you're discovering who you are. Awareness is key in order to grow through those lessons. Okay, it's not about being perfect. You may brag a lot about what you do, and want to surround yourself with people who are in senior positions. So you present as somebody who's knowledgeable, but internally you're dying, because you know that when it comes to producing written information, the reports, you can't do it. So you just hope you will coast along and you'll be promoted. So what I'm describing is just characteristics that come up when people are trying to overcompensate for something that they lack or believe that they lack in, because they haven't affirmed who they are. And this may also be your experience, okay? Not to the exact T, but just as examples. Lessons learned as to why it is essential to embrace affirmations, especially as an entrepreneur, because regardless, it is a road that you will venture off alone in most cases, because you're working on your own. Although you're working with other people, you become your own leader. And so the essential part of affirming yourself is important. So the lessons learned are, and this is the first thing some managers taught me: you do not need to know everything when you start your leadership position as an entrepreneur or in other environments. And it is okay. You know, it is okay to put your hand up and say, I am here to learn. I am confident in what I already know right now, and anything else I will learn as I go through and grow through this process. When you do that, you will find that you will feel more at ease internally. You will start to realize that you're accepting yourself. You know, you're owning what you already have, and then you're building your character strength as you grow through the process. Okay, so you're opening yourself up to opportunity, okay, regardless of what your situation is. Being a first-time entrepreneur or a leader enables or offers you the opportunity to grow through your lessons learned. It's not failures, it's lessons learned, and to discover what you're made of, so that you can identify your areas where you have your key strengths, your talents, your passion, your purpose, so that you can continue to grow. And where you're not able to have those key strengths, as a great leader, you will know who to look out for and what to look out for in terms of being able to identify other people in your work environment, if you have that, or in other means, like through professional networks, to say that, can I partner up with somebody or collaborate with somebody, because this is not my key strength yet, or I may never learn this aspect or this area. Somebody else can complement me, and that is okay. I am fine with that, with collaborating with somebody else. By doing so, it's not letting go of your leadership. You're still a leader. You're just learning to leverage off pre-existing systems and pre-existing people who will enable you to continue to shine as well. So embracing affirmations also enables you and empowers you the opportunity to grow confidently, to be okay with who you are and accepting everything, including being seen for who you are. You affirm what I've mentioned before, your core values, which are key. It's good to have core values. Core values also align with being compassionate, empathetic, understanding, and grounded in terms of your network and people you're surrounded by. Core values are what make us in terms of our belief systems, our culture, and community. So if you go beyond those means or go against that tide, sometimes when you're trying to overcompensate, you may shock people in a sense that they'll think, why is this person trying to be who they're not? Okay, so when you embrace your core values, that even helps you even much better in progressing forward. your core values, your belief system, and you will find that through embracing your life purpose, your vision, you attract like for like. Okay, you attract your mirror. Your mirror is people who will empower you, or not necessarily empower you, but you will complement each other in terms of bringing out your best version. So you're not competing with them. Who you're following is who you see in your vision. Your vision is your best self, as I've talked about before. When you try to become another person, or display another characteristic, it just makes it much harder, the journey much longer, and it can also become very tedious, because it is almost like you're going, not even almost like, it is like playing, like you're being like on stage or an actor, and at some time or some point, that mask will need to come off. And if you don't take it off yourself, there will be other people who will start to eventually see it. And the people who overcompensate, over time, it's easily seen in terms of the characteristics they present. And often that also presents itself as the person might believe that they're being a strong personality or confident, but when people are looking from the outside, all they see is this person is not sure of themselves, they're not confident, they look fearful. And when they look fearful, they present in this way, which sometimes can come across as being aggressive, not attentive, in terms of being a good listener, not allowing others the opportunity to be able to express themselves, because what that person is doing is protecting themselves, shielding themselves, because they don't want to be seen for not knowing certain skills that they lack in. Okay. And it is fine to be vulnerable. That is the best thing ever. And there's something that I also wrote. Let me just like scan through. People will admire you for being curious and for not knowing everything. They will not admire you for coming across as someone who knows it all and disregards others for their key strength. Okay, so that's something that I wrote like in my blog post. Not knowing certain things, it's fine. It doesn't mean that your key strengths are gone, you're not a great leader, people won't actually connect with you. You'll become more attractive, because then people will think, oh, this person is very humble, very grounded, they are actually including me in their plans, they're listening to me, they also believe that I can add some key values or key qualities in terms of working in partnership with them. And if you're like leading in terms of like management, you will see that when you delegate certain tasks to team members and identify their skills, they start to shine, because they're given that space as well to grow. And that's another key of great leadership as well. And always remember that just in terms of when it comes to going up like the success ladder, just as quickly as you go up, you will most likely come back down again as quickly as you went up. So it was always good to not be complacent and to be mindful of the affirmations. This is where they play key. Because those affirmations, although they may come out as statements of some people may see it as being egotistic, they're not really. They're about building confidence, so that internally you're looking after your well-being, you're being compassionate with yourself, empathetic, and mutually exuding the same as well to the external world. So you want to be humbled, going from like the bottom, going up, whichever way, and maintaining that and not being complacent. So let me just hop on to being authentic. But before I move on to that, if you've got any specific questions, anything that comes to mind that resonates with you, do feel free to pop questions below. And I'll have like fully written content in my blog post as well for you to go over. And let me just see. I'll go on to being authentic. Okay, so where it pays off in terms of authenticity, you might hear people say that a lot. Psychologically, when you are practicing affirmations, it turns things around. Okay, so you're connecting with your true sense of self, you're being authentic, you're accepting who you are. Psychologically, every day when you're practicing affirmations, you are instilling something that is good. Okay, so the affirmations absolutely have to be positive, otherwise, they won't work. That's a start off. And there has to also be something that you truly believe in. You're not just grabbing something off like the internet and be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna pick these few words and then practice them every day. You have to pick things which intuitively in your gut, you know that this is a growth area. This is where you want to grow. And they're connected to what you visualize about yourself that you want to transform into your best version. So that when you say these affirmations, when you see them, you will believe it, you will feel it, and then it will help you to transform much easier. And then take it a step further, standing in front of the mirror, saying it out loud helps you as well to look and reflect on your inner self, so that you are actually believing in what you're saying. And what I mentioned before in my 21-day challenge, it's also about having visuals, so that over time you start to embrace what you already see within yourself. Because although you're affirming something, it's already within you. The only thing that may have held you back is fear. So the affirmations is only bringing out what is already within you, and you're speaking it into existence as though it is happening right now. So I'll just go into examples of affirmations. I believe I wrote them on my blog post. So with the affirmations, what you want to do is, let me just have a quick look. What you want to do is you want to say affirmations that you're speaking into existence. So affirmations that are current, that are happening right now, and that are positive, as I mentioned before. So for instance, if you struggle with confidence and you see yourself being a confident person in your vision, your affirmation would be, I am a confident person. I am living my life without any limitations or fear. I am the person I imagine to be. Okay, so you're making it a reality and practicing certain things every day in order to enable you to walk towards what you visualize. And there's nothing wrong with saying this affirmation. I love myself. I believe in myself. I accept who I am right now. I feel fulfilled. So as you see me saying this, I am becoming happier. When you say I love myself, it doesn't actually negate anything. Okay, so it's about you accepting who you are. It's not being egotistic. It's more about overcoming those self-limiting beliefs to accept yourself. Okay, and love is where it all starts. I am living through my life purpose, vision, and greater purpose every day. When I wake up, I am taking action. I am doing things and I'm writing things down that I believe in, that I see, and I'm taking action on them. So, these are just the examples that I'm giving you. And then the other thing that people fear the most, or you may fear, is abundance, wealth, opportunity, and success. You may see those factors as, although you want them, they're overwhelming, they're unfamiliar. And you may also have these other limitations that wealthy people, when people get more money, they become certain types of personalities, which is not always accurate, because when you affirm yourself from a good place, the likelihood is that you will do greater things and better things as a result of affirming yourself, holding on to your core values, as I mentioned before, and your true purpose. There is nothing wrong with being open to the idea of having more money, because the more money you receive, or the more abundance in terms of opportunities, the likelihood is that if you're a good person, or when you're a good person, you're going to give back. You're going to do more and contribute to greater purposes and causes in life. Therefore, you're opening yourself up to opportunity, no matter how much or it presents itself. So what I'm basically saying is, it is okay to want more and to like money. Okay, because being rich is not, it's not a bad thing. It is what you do ultimately with the mindset, what your belief system is about wealth, how you value materialistic things, and what they mean to you. Okay, so this is where I'm going to leave it for today, and I hope this I was going to say this episode. There's no such thing as an episode, but we could call them episodes. I hope this live session has been of help. Again, you're always most welcome to leave questions below. Remember to hit that subscribe button as well, to turn on notifications, and to share out to anybody who you believe will resonate with what I share on this platform. And I look forward to you joining me on the next live session. And you will find links in my comment section to educational resources, useful resources for entrepreneurship and digital nomads, mindset related matters as well. Ciao for me for now. Until next time.